Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I have another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review for you. This is Wave 8. And yes, I know I am very late. But listen up, mate. I am here with the review finally. There's no more debate. I just totally made that up on the fly. That was terrible. I apologize. Alright, it's been a long time. I know, I'm late on these reviews, but I'm finally here. This is it, Wave 8. We have the SPD Pink Ranger, the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, the Zeo Green Ranger, and the Dino Thunder Blue Ranger. We got a full range of colors and seasons as well represented here from a variety of eras of Power Rangers as well, right? Like we got like the Saban era, we got the Disney era, all sorts of fun stuff happening here. So I'm excited about this wave, definitely looking forward to it. So quick look at the packaging and then we'll get into opening up the figures as usual. Of course you have your amazing looking packaging with the phenomenal artwork as always right there, looks great. So here we have the SPD Pink Ranger Sid. So yeah, overall pretty good. Civilian head for the most part looks pretty good. You will take a closer look once I open it up. I love, you know, that she comes with some of her weapons. Just yeah, really cool. I'm excited to get this figure open, and we'll take a look as well. And there is the Pink Ranger in the back as well. So super cool. Does she actually have an effect piece? I don't see one. Oh, it's hidden. Okay, because the picture had it. I was like, oh, interesting. But yeah, there we go. SPD Pink Ranger. Then we have Lost Galaxy Red Ranger. I don't think we've had a Lost Galaxy Ranger yet. I'm trying to remember. Have we? We had Magna Defender. Wait, actually, no, wait. We did have Lost Galaxy Red. Did we? Now I'm blanking on it. I think we did. Maybe. I have to go back and double check. I have to refresh my memory. So if we did, I'll do a comparison. If not, well then, here it is right here. But he does come with, I forget the name of that little cannon thingy, but he has that, which is really cool. Yeah, I'm excited to open this up and check that out. And we have our Zeo Green Ranger right here. Check it out. Comes with, of course, the Atom head, which looks pretty good. Yeah, very excited about it. He has his own weapons there as well. Super cool. Very excited about that. And Dino Thunder Blue. I recently rewatched Dino Thunder. Watched it for the first time, or my wife watched it for the first time, and I rewatched it. We watched together recently. And yeah, so it's fresh in my mind. There's Ethan right there. Oh, it's not too bad. Pretty good for the most part with that face. He does have his Tricera Shield, which is super cool. Very excited about that. So yeah, we're just basically continuing to build out the teams here, which is what's really cool about Lightning Collection, how they don't really have a wave that focuses on one team or one color necessarily. They really mix and match, and it makes for a fun release. So without further ado, let's get these open and take a look. Alright, here they are out of the packaging. We got some really cool figures, cool accessories, lots to cover. So let's just jump right in. We're going to go left to right through this thing. So let's move these guys to the back, off to the side, and focus on our SPD Pink Ranger. Let's take an up-close look at SPD Pink. Now, the one thing about this, and this is something that happens often with Lightning Collection, is inconsistencies and some areas of where, you know, a little bit extra paint could have gone a long way. What I'm talking about here is the helmet. I don't know if you can tell or not, but look at the picture of the Pink Ranger here. And look at the Pink Ranger here. You notice something around the visor? You notice there's a border around it? Now, the image here makes it look white. From pictures that I looked online, it was kind of silverish, and some pictures maybe looked whitish. Whether it's white or silver, either way, they don't have any of it. It's just plain black. which makes the overall visor, it just looks a little odd without the outline around it, in my opinion. So that is a bummer. And then bringing in our SPD Rangers, this is where inconsistencies can be very annoying. So we have our Red Ranger, and look, he has a silver border around the visor. And notice that there's silver, right, around here, which there's silver on the Pink Ranger, so she just is missing the border around the visor. But the Blue Ranger that I recently reviewed has a border. It's white, and this part is white on the sides. So inconsistencies. It's such a shame. And even around the neck, look, he did not have it painted. He has the silver border around it, and she does not have it painted. So you have those inconsistencies. There's also the SPD badge being different, but to be honest, that actually could just be how it is on the Pink Ranger. That I am not 100% sure on. Let me look up an image of the Pink Ranger suit if I can. Okay, so that actually, well, is not accurate. According to a Google search, she has a silver, it's hard to tell in the picture, but it's silver badge with a little bit of black on it. I guess either way, that would have been wrong. This is maybe a little bit closer, but it's wrong. I don't know. Ultimately, this doesn't bother me too much, but the helmet inconsistencies do bug me. So that's kind of annoying. The other difference here you'll see on the badge, it's a little bit more painted and defined versus the previous releases. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, those differences. So that's the Pink Ranger. As far as articulation goes, I'll just cover it real quick. There, you got the swivel, movement up and down, rotation here on this entire bottom part of the arm, single joint, and then of course the hand. You do have upper body rotation, movement up and down, leg movement, this rotates, double joint at the knee, the boot rotates, this goes up and down, and swivel. So there you have it for SPD Pink. So let's bring in the civilian head of Sid. Overall, pretty good. Pretty good overall. Kind of looks like Meghan Trainor, not gonna lie. But, it's not too bad. For Sid. So yeah, there you go. There's the civilian head. So the other thing is she has two open grabby hands pre-installed. There's a left fist and then a right, like, wider open hand. Also comes with the badge right here, the Morpher. So there's a couple things here. The little tab on the side is on the correct side here, because if you're holding it, it's supposed to be on the if you're viewing the front of it, it's on the right. So like when you're holding it, your thumb, would be sliding it up and down. But it is actually different than, I believe this one that I have for reference, I think came with SPD Blue. Maybe. And so as you can see, the one with SPD Blue is white colored and actually has the 3 different lines there. I feel like this is going to be more accurate. This is interesting because they just decided to just go with the SPD and take away the rest of the detail on there, which, may or may not be a bad thing if you want a different version of it, but it's also silver. So it's just a little odd to have it be that, if you're having them all posing with their morphers, it's going to be inconsistent again. So it's just little things like that, okay, if you want to try something new and maybe have something different on the screen, but changing the whole color of the morpher, painting it silver, it's just not consistent. All right, then you have, this little accessory piece, as we saw with SPD Blue recently, and so you have these 2 versions of her weapon there. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly the way that it's supposed to go. It's either like this, with this little part facing down, or I think it might be this way with this part facing up. That seems to have a nicer fit in here. So I think it is this way with this piece kind of facing up like that. I could be wrong, but I think that is how it goes. And then you have this longer version as well. So there you have it. I don't think it's like the opposite like that. But, you know, it's easy. My point is you can easily adjust it and modify it. You also have this effect piece, which actually has kind of a glittery effect to it. This kind of goes along with that metallic Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger that I recently reviewed as well. So it's kind of interesting to add that little glittery effect in there. But that is SPD Pink. So, you know, overall, not too bad. Some of the inconsistencies are annoying. But the figure itself on her own, aside from the missing outline on the helmet, is overall pretty good. And a decent bit of accessories that she comes with. So there's SPD Pink. So Lost Galaxy Red, I'm not going crazy. I was right when I thought for a second maybe that he had released. There was a 2-pack of Lost Galaxy Red and Psycho Red. It had been a while, so I forgot. So interestingly enough, I'll bring in, you know, the one on the left from the 2-pack. I mean, it's the same figure, right? It's the same thing. You could maybe see, you know, if there's an argument to be made about if they improved anything. The only thing that I could see that might be an improvement, and it could just be just luck in terms of the two different, you know, like your paint job, but look at the belt buckle. So the one on the left is the original one, and then this is the new release. It just looks cleaner on the new one, right? Like the gold is a little brighter gold, and the V just seems like just a much cleaner V. That could just be coincidence. I could have just gotten lucky with this one with how clean that looks. But maybe that's a slight improvement they made. So obviously you're looking at this. Oh, also the lines on the helmet are a little thicker, you know, for some of those. So that could just be hit or miss. So you may be looking like, well, then why I'm not going to buy a figure just for that slight little thing. That's not the only thing that changed. So one other quick little comparison is this little weapon accessory. So this is the original release, and then this is the new release, which you might be looking at it, and you'll notice that the shade of gold is a little bit different. So that is one difference. But turn it around, yeah, I mean, you'll see kind of the same thing. You'll see the little symbol on there is on both. So it's just kind of a different shade of gold, which again, it goes hand in hand with this. This has that darker gold, which goes with that darker belt buckle. This has the brighter gold that goes with that one. That could just be my luck in how those look, or that could be an intentional change. It's hard to tell sometimes with these Lightning Collection figures, because sometimes paint can vary in that sense. But there are a couple of other differences. Before I get into some of the differences real quick, open hands there, and then you have a right hand that is like a grabby fist, and then a left hand that's somewhat almost a karate chop kind of thing, but slightly slanted with the fingers. Then here's the big difference. You have a brand new weapon accessory. This was not in the original release. I forget the name of this from Lost Galaxy, but this is a giant massive cannon, and it looks pretty cool. So as you can see, and there's a little space in there because you get this effect piece right here. So you can attach that, and boom, he's like firing the cannon. That actually looks pretty cool. I like that kind of, the way they did the paint, where it kind of like fades in and out of different variations of red, yellow, and orange kind of. It's pretty neat, pretty dynamic. So that is fun. The other improvement is the civilian head. So on the left here is the original Leo head, and on the right is the new one. So look at that difference. They have absolutely continued to refine and learn over time. I mean, just looking at this is a big difference. I mean, this looks like just the technique that they've used to paint it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's something about this that looks like it was like pasted on top of a face versus like this actually looks like a face. Does that make sense? Like, just kind of looking at it, you can sort of see, you know, it almost looks like there's a very different technique that they did. It's like they molded the face completely here, whereas this, they were like trying to piece together pieces of a face and come up with something. I mean, so it is a big difference in how it turned out. So yeah, so that is a nice improvement on the civilian head. So, I mean, is it worth it to you? It's the updated weapon, or the new weapon and the updated face. You know, if that's not worth it to you, then just stick with your 2-pack of Psycho Red and Lost Galaxy Red. But also, there is a Psycho Ranger 5 team pack, so it probably makes sense to get the 5 Psycho Ranger team pack and this Lost Galaxy Red instead of that 2-pack of the 2 of them. You know, there's all sorts of options that you have, basically. Articulation, pretty standard. I'll just go through it now because the rest of the guys are going to have the same articulation as this one. So this is standard male Lightning Collection figure articulation, double joint there, and the hand rotates. You got this movement, up and down, boom, boom, rotate, double joint at the knee, the boot rotates, moves up and down, and swivel. So, pretty much same as the female Rangers, except you have double joint at the elbow instead of single joint. So there you have it. Lost Galaxy Red. Okay, moving on to Zeo Green. Here we go. Zeo Green. Let's take an up-close look. I like the gold that they use on the Zeo figures. It's kind of got a nice shine to it. And I think I might have said this in a previous video. The Zeo Ranger designs, like in concept, they're kind of simple and basic and not that interesting. But I do feel like in the show, when you see them in the show, they look pretty clean. And these figures, I feel like, translate that very well. Like, these actually look really solid. I think because of the nice shine that the gold has as well, it kind of provides a good contrast. Just the way they design the figures with the gold going across in the little swivel joint, like, it just looks overall kind of a clean look, just like how it is in the show. So I appreciate that. Just to bring in one comparison, I have my Zeo Blue Ranger. And at a glance, at least, to me, it seems like this is one team that seems to be pretty consistent. Amongst, you know, the different Ranger figures. I was trying to find the helmet, I couldn't grab it. I have Tommy right here for Red, Zeo Red. So I don't have the helmet, like I could probably dig for it, but I don't want to waste any time. So, but as far as the suit itself, seems to be consistent, right? Consistent gold color, consistent detail, consistent, like, you know, gold band around the neck, all that stuff is consistent. I love consistency. That is very, very nice. Look at the helmets, silver border around that. Like, it is nice. I like consistency, and it looks good when they're all together, right? Like, that makes it even better. So that's Zeo Green. You do have a couple of accessories. So same ones as other Zeo figures. The little blaster right here, pretty standard. It can go right in there. We have this little weapon here. The sword slides right in there. There you go. You have two, so you have like a grabby hand and this one also, but the fingers kind of extended out for the blaster, as if you're like pulling the trigger there. So you have a left fist and a right fist. So those are the alternate hands. You do also get this blast effect piece, which works well with the blaster, so that's pretty cool. And you have his weapons, which I don't remember the names of. So far, I believe it's only Zeo Blue that is without his own weapons, the Tonfas. But Hasbro did say there'll be another figure coming eventually that will have the Tonfas. We don't know how that's going to work, but he'll get them. So I'm glad that at least they're not forgetting the weapons with any other Rangers. So you do have them here. And that looked pretty good. Last but not least, of course, we do have our civilian head. We have Johnny Young Bosch as Adam. And this looks really good. Again, I feel like they really captured his look, especially his look at the time of Zeo. You know, like it definitely looks like a younger Johnny Young Bosch. Like it looks like Adam, which is pretty cool. So let's, you know, pop this on here. Oh, wow. I am like completely missing. All right. Oh, actually, you know what? There's one other thing that I forgot about Lost Galaxy Red that I'm going to get to in a second, that I am just realizing as well. Anyways, here is Adam. Looks awesome on here. Really, really cool. There he is. So, by the way, Lost Galaxy Red, this figure does not come with the Quasar Saber. No Quasar Saber. That might be a big, big miss for people. If you want the Quasar Saber, it was in the 2-pack. The Quasar Saber is here in the 2-pack with Psycho Red. So you get kind of like that like collapsed, you know, version that fits in here. But the full-sized one, I guess, is exclusive to the 2-pack. So that is one downside to the individual release. So a completionist like myself has to get both versions, which can be a little frustrating sometimes when they do things like that. And that is one of those cases right here. So keep that in mind. Okay, also, you know, just for funsies, since I have Mighty Morphin Black, I'm going to pop off the head here so you can see Adam in his Mighty Morphin Black, you know, suit there. So that's the cool thing again about Lightning Collection, is that you can swap things around. So if you want Adam as Mighty Morphin Black, there you go. So pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, last but not least, Dino Thunder Blue. Looks pretty solid overall. Helmet looks good, suit looks good. I love the gold there. A very clean look. I mean, overall, looks really solid. There's one gripe that I have. It's not that it looks bad. It's about the Morpher. So the Morpher here, they got the correct, you know, Triceratops thing, everything. It is white colored. It doesn't look bad. It blends in here with the white diamonds and stuff, so, which is fine. It's the inconsistency part of it, because on Dino Thunder Red, look, it was a red Morpher, and you don't see the diamond underneath it. Like pick which one you want to do, right? Like paint this blue and keep it consistent, or make this one white on him also. It doesn't look bad. It's not super noticeable, but it is an inconsistency. So that is something there. The one thing I will say though about the helmet is I think there might be supposed to be a white visor or white outline around the visor. To be honest, I don't think it looks bad on this guy here, so it's not as noticeable. On red, it does look kind of odd, so that could just be me, but that is something to keep in mind. The other thing is around the neck. There's no gold band painted around it, but on Dino Thunder Blue there is. So this is a later release, so they could be fixing things, you know, where they should have painted it there. But again, inconsistencies, right? So Dino Thunder Blue on his own, solid figure. When you start to put it with the team so far, the inconsistencies start to appear, which is kind of a shame. All right, what else we got here? So we have, grabby hands. Of course, you have a left hand here, like this, like he's kind of almost got blaster out or something with the two fingers, and then a right hand like this. Okay. You have the, what is it, Thundermax Saber, I think it is, and then the blaster. Pretty cool. I'm just kind of realizing now that this actually looks a lot like the Astro Blaster. Does it not? Do I have the Astro Blaster on hand? I don't think I do. But I'm just kind of noticing that, and I thought it was kind of funny. No, that's like in here somewhere. Did you guys notice that? Was that something that you guys knew before? Oh yeah, I do have it right here. Is that just like, wait a second. There is a little difference, like at the bottom part where the trigger is. You see there's an opening there for the button, whereas that's like a full thing. But like the overall shape, the silver thing on the top, that's kind of interesting. So it's not the same, but it is kind of similar. All right, you do get this effect piece. This does have like this glittery thing to it, just like the one that comes with SPD Pink, but it is a slightly different style effect piece. So that is cool. And, ooh, check that out, man. Check that out. You have the Tricera Shield. Now, here's something pretty cool. You see this here? Boom. Slide that out. And there you go. So you actually can retract that if you want and have it kind of slide out like that. That looks awesome. That is really, really cool. I'm so glad that they included this weapon in here. It's pretty good size too, you know? Like, that's pretty awesome. And last but not least, oh, what fell? Did something fall down? Oh, his hand. Okay, got it. You have the civilian head for Ethan. You know, overall, it's not too bad. Again, I feel like with some of these Lightning Collection figures, it's all about the angle that you're kind of looking at it. So it's not too bad. But there is Ethan. So let's pop this on real quick. Check it out. Dino Thunder Blue. Pretty sweet. And that is going to conclude the Wave 8 review. Overall, pretty good. You know, there's going to be a few little nuances here and there, a few little nitpicks and inconsistencies, but that's been par for the course for Lightning Collection. Overall, Lightning Collection stuff has been pretty good, good accessories, and this wave continues that. I think you got a nice, solid collection of Rangers here, and so really you can pick and choose your favorite teams, favorite characters, have fun with it. So this is a really cool wave. I'm glad they're just continuing to build out these teams. So definitely check it out. And I will continue to catch up on my Lightning Collection reviews, so make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss them. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, take care, and I will see you later.